It was another very eventful week on General Hospital, in which our favorite Port Charles pals ended up in some pretty accidental and tragic soul situations, and nobody had a clue what was really going on. The week started off with a character dying in a way nobody ever expected, including the character. Natalia did it to herself while appearing not to have any idea what she was doing. That is how accidental overdoses happen, but since this is Port Charles, nobody believes what happened to Natalia was an accident. We weren't even sure what was really happening as Natalia drank herself into a stupor while alternately popping some sort of prescription medication, which we later learned were tranquilizers. By the next episode, a character who nobody ever really liked was dead, just when she was starting to get interesting. Why didn't we learn about Natalia and who she was inside before GH ruined her by making her a blatant homophobe as soon as Eva LaRue made her debut? By the time Natalia found her alphabet soup remark to describe the LGBTQ+ community, she was persona non grata with fans and never recovered. No amount of shoving her with Sunny did the trick, so GH finally threw up its hands and decided to write off Natalia in a dramatic way. Now, Sidwell and Marco are sure Sunny had something to do with the overdose. Both are going to want revenge, and neither one has any idea that Sunny did not want Natalia dead. In fact, he wanted to give her a life of luxury and save her from prison. He just didn't want to be with her, which was enough to drive Natalia to drink and pop pills at the same time. That is what killed her, but this accidental misunderstanding is going to reverberate through town for months to come as Sidwell and Sunny's mob war heats up. And, speaking of heat, in the same way that Sunny never meant to harm Natalia, Sidwell never meant to harm Christina. Thankfully for Alexis and Molly, she wasn't harmed badly and will be up to her old tricks next week. But Alexis and Sunny certainly believe that whoever set that fire absolutely meant to kill Christina. The fact that Christina wasn't supposed to be there works in Sidwell's favor. She went into work to open Charlie's because someone had called off sick. We are not sure what Sidwell was really up to, but he was furious when he learned his goons set a fire with Christina inside. The bar was supposed to be empty. Was Sidwell firing a warning shot? Or was he trying to rid the town of Selena Wu so he'd have less mob competition? He framed Selena so she was forced to leave town. We assume she will find a way to return one day because Selena is always up to something and fun to have around, so we can't see her taking this slight lying down. But we must talk a bit about Christina and fire. As Soap Central noted earlier in the week, Christina had the perfect opportunity to just walk out Charlie's back door as soon as she saw the first flame. Marco didn't need to accidentally see the fire and rescue her, hence not making it to his mother's hotel room before she died. But no, Christina had to try to use the world's smallest fire extinguisher, which only seemed to make things worse, 'cause that's our Christina. Nope, Tracy wasn't buying it, and neither are we, unless Sunny needs to retire more than we thought. Sunny accidentally invested dirty money in deception? Isn't our Sunny a little more clever than that? Isn't that how he's managed to sneak under the radar all these decades and not end up behind bars for life? Sunny knows how to cook the books, how to invest, and where to put his money. We find it hard to believe that Sunny would have purposely tried to sabotage deception and hurt Brooklyn. So what really happened, and how did Sunny's ill-gotten gains end up in Deception's bank account? Was Natalia more duplicitous than we imagined? So, hold up. Brooklyn left those files with Rocco's origin story out by accident when she meant to leave them out by accident. Brooklyn told Maxie that she wanted to hurt Lulu, so she planned to accidentally leave the files with the Brit Westbourne tale out on the table. Then, she changed her mind because she knew they would hurt Rocco. However, she did end up leaving them out, and Rocco did accidentally find them. Last week, while GH has been delivering on the soapy goodness for well over a month, it really did drop the ball here. What soap has a kid find out he was born via a stolen embryo and then not follow up on it till a week later? We didn't even see Rocco find the file. Danny found it and told Rocco it had his name on it. The next thing we know, Rocco and Danny were sitting in a cafe, lamenting about the find while waiting to question Emma, who was about 5 years old when Britt stole the embryo and tried to pass Rocco off as Emma's little brother. Now, Rocco's supposedly accidental find is going to just perpetuate the Brooklyn-Lulu feud and likely alienate Gio from Brooklyn even more. Good going, Brooklyn. And Lulu. Both women need to go to their corners, grow up, and stop this petty nonsense. Even Maxie, who has not always been the picture of maturity and played a large part in the Rocco embryo debacle, is over it. You know what? Portia and Curtis deserve each other. Each one is selfish and manipulative, lies when it's convenient, and has absolutely zero self-awareness. No wonder Portia just couldn't help herself and cheated on Taggart all those years ago, resulting in Trina. She'd found the perfect match. Jordan, just run, girl. Run! You don't need this disaster and headache in your life. No, you did not accidentally walk in on Curtis and Portia getting ready to do the horizontal tango on his office desk. Portia made sure you saw that moment in brilliant Technicolor. That is why you don't need these people in your life, Jordan. Just hide somewhere until they are done torturing you and move on to their next toxic misadventure. Jocelyn never really aspired to be a WSB agent, but when the opportunity presented itself, she thought about it for 5 minutes before she was all in. And now GH has retconned a reason why. No, we do not believe for a second that bringing down Sunny was Jocelyn's or GH's original intention when they decided to send Avenger Barbie to spy school. But that's the story they're sticking with, so here we go. And really? Jocelyn shot Cyrus Renaud and was offered the opportunity to do something different, and her mind immediately thought, hey, I bet my 22-year-old self can rise in the rankings at an international spy agency in record time, so I can finally nail my evil stepfather whose bodyguards and money are always convenient when I need them. There was no way that was going through her head. If it was, then Carly's daughter is more delusional than we thought. Till next week, Scoopers, when Drew will be back. Yes, we had a whole week without him, but all good things must come to an end. Sigh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. Welcome to the General Hospital Daily YAPP for a quick, and by that I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. Yes, General Hospital now has a mob war where we actually feel bad for both mobsters who really do care about their kids. Sonny has always been a sympathetic mobster, as he is a fleshed-out character with good parts and bad, who we have known for the last 30 years. Sidwell is fairly new, but the human side of him shone through on the July 2nd episode. We weren't sure if he had one, but his scenes with Marco were genuine and raw, telling us that Sidwell can feel and have compassion and fear when he needs to. However, both mobsters are now about to go to war with one another, worse than ever before. Sonny is sure that Sidwell was targeting Christina and meant to kill her, while Sidwell is sure that Sonny actually did kill Natalia. Meanwhile, Sidwell believed Charlie's would be empty when he had it set ablaze, and Natalia really did die from an accidental overdose. Sidwell and Sonny look poised to now go after each other's families when really, it's all one big misunderstanding in which anything that could go wrong did. It also makes for some fascinating soapy storytelling, as this series of unfortunate events brings the violence to Port Charles that Sonny foretold. Lots of secrets have yet to be revealed, with Selena Wu also now in the middle of it. So, let's just let the games begin because things are about to get interesting in Port Charles. Want more details? We got you! Soap Central has the best full GH recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not, seriously, do not, forget to read the 2 scoops for some laughs in the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Sasha Gilmore Corbin has a horrified meltdown coming up. It looks like Sasha will make her worst Daisy Gilmore discovery yet at the Quartermain Mansion. So let's talk about what's in store. GH fans know Sasha has been unsettled over some bizarre Daisy-related moments, starting with that bassinet mishap at the hospital. Once Daisy came home, her mobile turned on mysteriously and left Sasha puzzled. Sasha was even more weirded out when she found Daisy facing another direction in her crib in a completely different outfit. Someone is clearly obsessed with the baby and wants to mess with Sasha's head. Unfortunately, they're not done yet, since General Hospital spoilers say Sasha will make a disturbing discovery in the July 7th episode. Things are going to escalate even further and leave Sasha freaking out, so what will she find? You can bet it'll be related to this Daisy mystery and all the odd incidents that keep piling up. It would certainly qualify as a disturbing discovery if Sasha found Daisy's crib or bassinet empty, but other GH spoilers don't really point to Daisy vanishing, at least not yet. It seems like Michael Corinthos and other characters who care about Daisy will be busy with other things throughout the week of July 7-11. That could mean the show will wait on any kidnapping developments. With that in mind, maybe Sasha will find something else that's alarming in Daisy's bedroom. It's easy to imagine some blocks that spell out "she's mine," or some other form of a message. On the other hand, perhaps there could be a bouquet of daisies with a disturbing card somewhere in the house. There might be an anonymous message that leaves Sasha more convinced than ever that someone's targeting her baby girl. No matter how it all goes down, Sasha will definitely have a meltdown over some scary news and worry there's more trouble to come. General Hospital spoilers indicate that 3 marriages may be on the verge of blowing up. These couples could crumble as Port Charles faces a bit of a romantic overhaul. So let's talk about what's ahead. Brooke Lynn Quartermaine and Harrison Chase have had a strong, loving marriage so far, but that could change in the coming months. Now that Brooke Lynn is the reason Rocco Falconeri found out Britt Westbourne gave birth to him, Lulu Spencer's going to be furious. Although Brooke Lynn decided against getting revenge over all the Giovanni Gio Palmieri drama that Lulu unleashed, it was too late since Rocco had already seen the file. Now Lulu seems poised to keep the vengeful games going, so she may resolve to blow up Brooke Lynn's world even further. What better way to do that than to destroy Brooke Lynn and Chase's marriage? Chase won't be happy about Brooke Lynn's actions anyway, especially since she's going to hurt Dante Falconeri's relationship with Rocco. Between the tension over this Brit research and whatever Lulu might do to sabotage their relationship, Chase and Brooke Lynn could be headed for trouble. Curtis Ashford and Portia Robinson are another married couple that could end up falling apart. Portia thinks Jordan Ashford is after her man, so she's scheming and taking steps to make sure Curtis is off limits. However, Portia's actions may be her own downfall. Between all the lies Portia's told and all the games she's playing, she may shove Curtis back into Jordan's arms and destroy her marriage in the process. Drew Kane and Willow Tate aren't married yet, but Drew's hoping that they will be soon. Now that Willow has accepted Drew's proposal and agreed to make some wedding plans, Drew's counting on being husband and wife. Of course, the nuptials could be in jeopardy if Michael Corinthos convinces Willow to slam the brakes. Michael might be willing to let Willow have visitation if she calls off the wedding, at least for the time being. If the nuptials do move forward, that could set the stage for Drew's downfall. Willow has to find out all Drew's awful secrets sooner or later, so her wedding day could turn into quite the disaster. Then again, Willow might marry Drew and find out all the horrible things he's been hiding in the aftermath. It'll make it even more heartbreaking for Willow if she ties the knot with Drew and then sees his true colors. Many GH fans are especially eager to see Willow's reaction to the news that Drew and Nina Reeves were hookup partners, so stay tuned for updates on the inevitable conflict. General Hospital spoilers suggest little baby Daisy has a stalker, and things are getting very intense. As Willow Tate spirals, many fans seem to think she may be the one keeping a watchful eye on Sasha Corbin and Michael Corinthos' newborn, but what if it's someone from the past? General Hospital spoilers imply that something has snapped in Willow since the judge awarded full custody of Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos to Michael. In fact, the Thursday, July 3rd episode was a little alarming when Willow refused to leave the Metro Court pool area so she could spend some time with her son, despite Michael's objections. Willow clearly has some mental health issues, possibly even dissociative identity disorder. However, In the end, her storyline will swerve fans into believing that she's Daisy's stalker when someone else is. Gladys Corbin was run out of town in 23 by Sonny Corinthos when he found out that she had stolen money from Sasha and plotted with Dr. Damon Montague to have Sasha committed. When Sasha and Brando lost baby Liam, Gladys softened a lot. After she lost her own son, she and Sasha bonded. Sadly, Gladys took advantage of Sasha's trust and crossed a line to hide her gambling debt. What Gladys did was wrong on all accounts, but did she turn to gambling to numb her pain? Who knows how bad Gladys has gotten in the aftermath of leaving Port Charles? Her obsession with Daisy could stem from losing her own son and grandson. Watching Sasha move on and build a life could rub Gladys the wrong way. In addition, as she is Sonny's cousin, technically Daisy is her family, so that could add to her fascination with the child. But will she cross a line? General Hospital spoilers indicate that it's been a hot minute since Frisco Jones has been in the land of Port Charles. Jack Wagner entered the land of soaps playing the WSB super spy from 1984 to 1991, as well as 1994, 1995. And his last appearance on the show was a short stint in 2013. Online TV streaming services, there's nothing GH fans would love more than to see Maxie Jones reunite with her dad. So could he be headed back to the little town? If anyone follows Jack Wagner on social media, then they know that the actor is currently busy filming When Calls the Heart, Season 13, in Vancouver, Canada. Wagner has played Bill Avery on the heartwarming Hallmark Channel series since 2014. Over to another network, CBS, he's also recently reprised his Nick Marone character on Bold and the Beautiful. Wagner made an explosive B&B return this past June, as Marone is trying to woo back Brooke Logan. The actor originated the role in 2003, left in 2012, then came back for the show's 35th anniversary in 2022, and has returned once again. Sadly, it seems like Wagner is too busy with other projects. However, fans can dream, right? Online TV streaming services. With that said, Frisco could easily slip back into GH storylines. After all, he has Maxie and his grandchildren in the little town, plus his ex, Felicia Scorpio, as well as other loved ones around. Frisco's name has been dropped in scenes now and again over the years, and one major arc that could bring him back is Jack Brennan. As fans aren't clear whether Brennan is a good guy or not, could Frisco swoop in and possibly save both Carly Spencer and Jocelyn Jacks from him? The world of General Hospital is once again consumed by chaos as the beloved yet controversial mob figure Sonny Corinthos finds himself at the heart of a storm. The shocking death of Natalia Rogers Ramirez has not only shaken Port Charles to its core, but also ignited a chain reaction of betrayal, investigation, and rising threats. As questions mount and alliances shift, fans are left wondering, is Sonny a cold-blooded killer or a victim of circumstance? Tragedy struck when Natalia Rogers Ramirez was found dead in her suite at the Metro Court Hotel. Though initial reports point to an accidental overdose of alcohol and tranquilizers, the presence of one of Sonny's personal guards outside her door has fueled speculation of foul play. Adding complexity to the case, Natalia reportedly held sensitive information about Sonny's illegal dealings, making her a potential threat to his criminal empire. Despite suggestions of suicide, many, including the Port Charles Police Department, suspect that the timing and surrounding details hint at something far more sinister. Did someone silence Natalia to protect powerful secrets? Marco Rios, a longtime rival of Sonny, wastes no time accusing him of murder. His explosive claims, though possibly fueled by a personal vendetta, carry enough weight to place Sonny under police scrutiny. Commissioner Anna Devane and Detective Harrison Chase dive deep into the investigation, with Acting District Attorney Justine Turner applying relentless pressure to build a solid case. As the evidence builds, ranging from financial records compiled by Natalia to video surveillance footage, Anna is forced to arrest Sonny. His vehement protests and the loyalty of his trusted allies, including Jason Morgan and attorney Diane Miller, set the stage for a dramatic legal battle. While Sonny sits behind bars, those closest to him rally for his defense. Jason works tirelessly to uncover the truth, and Carly Spencer, Sonny's fiercely loyal ex-wife, steps back into the fray. As pressure mounts from all sides, including the violent advances of Jen Sidwell, a criminal rival targeting Sonny's empire, Carly begins considering drastic measures to protect the father of her children. One such plan? A staged remarriage to Sonny. The idea, possibly suggested by Diane Miller, aims to paint a picture of family unity and stability, an image that could sway public opinion and weaken Turner's case. But complications arise, particularly with Carly's budding relationship with WSB Chief Jack Brennan, leaving her torn between duty and personal happiness. Beyond the courtroom, Sonny faces danger on the streets. Jen Sidwell's ruthless power play includes violent attacks, such as a firebombing at Charlie's pub, a direct challenge to Sonny's influence. Meanwhile, Turner's legal assault grows more aggressive. Determined to bring Sonny down, she scours every detail of Natalia's final days, leveraging even her public breakdown at Daisy Corinthos Gilmore's christening as evidence of Sonny's manipulation. With Carly increasingly at risk and their daughter Avery caught in the middle, the stakes have never been higher. Carly must now protect her family, both from legal threats and physical violence, while navigating her own emotional conflict. Amid the chaos, General Hospital fans were also met with a temporary casting change. Kirsten Storms, who plays the spirited Maxie Jones, has stepped away due to scheduling conflicts. In her place, Nicole Patti returns to the role for several episodes, including airings on July 30th and August 13th. Patti's portrayal comes at a critical moment, as Maxie becomes entangled in a bitter feud between Brooklyn Quartermaine and Lulu Spencer. With tensions flaring and alliances tested, Maxie's diplomatic instincts and emotional depth are put to the test. Patti, having previously filled in for Storms, brings a familiar presence while adding fresh energy to the role. Storms is expected to return during the week of August 18th, reassuring fans that the beloved character will soon resume her full presence in Port Charles. As the narrative barrels forward, Sonny's fate remains uncertain. With enemies circling, secrets unraveling, and public opinion divided, the question lingers. Will Sonny prove his innocence? Or is this truly the end of his reign in Port Charles? Carly's sacrifices, Jason's loyalty, and Diane's legal prowess may be the only things standing between him and ruin. At the same time, Maxie's temporary recast serves as a reminder of the resilience and adaptability within General Hospital's long-running saga. As Port Charles braces for the next twist, one thing is certain: the drama is far from over. In a week packed with emotional upheaval, ABC's General Hospital dives deep into the tangled lives of several Port Charles residents. From custody disputes and painful family revelations to a blossoming college romance, the July 7-11 episodes promise heartfelt moments, tense showdowns, and shocking secrets that will leave long-lasting impacts on the lives of Michael Corinthos, Willow Tate, Drew Kane, Lulu Spencer, and more. A pivotal storyline centers on Michael Corinthos, who is slowly softening his once rigid stance against Willow Tate's visitation rights. After a poignant moment with his son, Y, who innocently asked to see his mother, Michael is now reconsidering a visitation deal. This tender father-son exchange aired on July 3rd and revealed the internal conflict Michael faces: the need to protect his children versus honoring their emotional bond with Willow. Although no agreement has been finalized, insiders suggest Michael may soon allow Willow supervised visits with Y and Amelia, though likely under strict conditions and without Drew Kane's involvement. Michael's change of heart appears to be influenced not only by his children's longing, but also by reflections on his own difficult childhood. While Michael inches toward compromise, Drew Kane takes a firm stance. He warns Willow to be cautious before accepting any deal from Michael, suspecting the offer may be a strategic move rather than a genuine reconciliation. Drew fears that yielding now could set a dangerous precedent, potentially allowing Michael to control the terms of co-parenting indefinitely. Drew's mistrust runs deep, and his protective instincts toward Willow clash with her growing desperation to reconnect with her children. Viewers will see Willow caught in a heart-wrenching dilemma. torn between maternal love and the warnings of a man who claims to have her best interests at heart. Despite Drew's objections, Willow moves ahead with a private meeting with Michael. Scheduled for midweek, the encounter may be a turning point in their custody saga. Michael hopes for a frank, legal-free discussion centered on co-parenting and the emotional well-being of their children. However, tension looms. Michael may demand that Willow postpone her marriage to Drew and could insist on supervised visits without Drew's presence, terms likely to spark significant pushback. The meeting's outcome could either pave the way for healing or reignite animosity among all involved. Adding to the drama, whispers in Port Charles suggest that past court rulings involving the Corinthos custody case may have been compromised. Allegations of a bribe involving Jen Sidwell and Judge Ava Heron threatened to blow open the case, potentially voiding prior decisions and reigniting a legal firestorm. Should this corruption scandal erupt, it could unravel any tentative peace between Michael and Willow, further complicating their already delicate situation. Meanwhile, another family faces emotional turmoil when Rocco Falconer stuns his mother, Lulu Spencer, with a difficult question: is Britt Westbourne my real mother? This unexpected confrontation shakes Lulu to the core. Long-buried secrets about Rocco's birth come to light, specifically that while Lulu and Dante are his biological parents, Britt served as a surrogate under questionable circumstances involving a stolen embryo. As the truth unravels, Rocco begins to question everything he thought he knew about his identity. Dante's arrival adds a stabilizing presence, but even he can't prevent the emotional fallout as Rocco struggles to reconcile his loving family with the betrayal he feels. Speculation soon points to Brooklyn Quartermaine as the source of Rocco's knowledge. Rumors suggest she may have possessed and inadvertently exposed documents revealing the truth. Furious, Lulu is expected to confront Brooklyn in a fiery subplot that could fracture friendships and stir fresh drama in Port Charles. Amid the chaos, a softer storyline unfolds as Emma Scorpio Drake and Giovanni Joe Palmieri grow closer. Their connection, rooted in shared emotional struggles, is capturing fans' hearts. Joe, reeling from the revelation that Brooklyn and Dante are his biological parents, finds solace in Emma's quiet strength and empathy. Their relationship, built through late-night talks and quiet moments, may be more than just a friendship. But Emma's mysterious past in Berkeley and a potential entanglement with Professor Henry Dalton could threaten their bond before it fully blooms. As Emma and Joe navigate their feelings, external forces continue to loom. Family feuds, lingering secrets, and emotional baggage may test their connection. If Emma's secrets come to light, or if Joe becomes entangled in his parents' ongoing disputes, their relationship could be in jeopardy. Fan reactions are mixed. Many are rooting for this fresh pairing, while others long for Joe to rekindle romances with past loves like Trina or Jocelyn. Regardless, the summer promises a compelling journey for this potential supercouple. From Michael's fragile truce with Willow to Rocco's desperate search for truth and Emma and Joe's tentative romance, the residents of Port Charles are facing emotional trials that will test their resilience. As custody battles rage and family secrets explode, General Hospital delivers a summer of gripping drama that puts love, loyalty, and identity at the forefront. Viewers are in for a whirlwind of emotion, and the consequences of these decisions may reverberate for months to come. Port Charles is set for another roller coaster week as General Hospital dives deep into long-held secrets, emotional confrontations, and unsettling truths. From questions about Rocco's birth to Ava's intensifying feelings and mob-related chaos, the week of July 7 to 11 promises gripping drama that will keep fans glued to their screens. The week kicks off with a dramatic moment as Lulu Spencer faces a furious confrontation from her son Rocco. He's demanding to know if Britt Westbourne is his real mother, throwing Lulu into a panic. This shocking twist could mark a major retcon in Rocco's backstory, with major implications for the Spencer and Quartermaine families. Meanwhile, Sasha is shaken by something horrifying, possibly involving baby Daisy, as rumors continue to swirl about actress Sophia Mattsson's potential exit from the show. Also on Monday, Gio is seeking a new perspective about Sonny Corinthos, following Tracy's stark warnings. A heart-to-heart with Carly offers Gio a clearer but more complex view of the man many love, but also fear. Online TV streaming services. Elsewhere, Anna questions Sidwell about the Charlie's pub fire and the mysterious death of Natalia. Sidwell shifts the spotlight towards Sonny, hinting that answers lie with him. In parallel, Cody and Brooklyn have a candid discussion, possibly about Rocco's discovery of his birth certificate. Jocelyn stages what appears to be a breakup with Vaughn, but it may just be for show. Sonny tries to assure Laura that the recent mob violence won't derail the upcoming referendum vote, while Marco visits the hospital, still harboring suspicions about Sonny's involvement in his mother's DA. With online TV streaming services, tensions escalate as Brooklyn finds herself on the defensive, possibly from Lulu or Dante, over the Rocco revelation. Ava confides in her friend Na, opening up about her growing attraction to Cody and her frustration with Rick, who seems to be drifting back to Liz. Cody continues his covert plan, seducing Ava under Christina's instructions, while Mac may be meddling in his love life, hoping to match him with someone more suitable. Mac and Felicia even discuss possibilities with Molly Lansing, hinting at a potential new match. Meanwhile, Alexis is impressed, possibly by Marco, following his efforts to protect Christina on Wednesday, July 9th. Unwanted invitations and legal warnings. Rick extends an invitation to Elizabeth, which could be a date or simply a social gesture, though it's bound to stir tension with Ava. Drew warns Willow to tread carefully around court orders, especially concerning her interactions with Y. He urges caution until their legal battle concludes. Felicia brings Curtis up to speed on the hunt for Justinda, and Michael offers emotional support, likely to Sasha, in the aftermath of the pub fire and renewed mob fears. Lucas approaches Carly with an important request, adding another layer of intrigue. Thursday, July 10th. Leverage, doubts, and decisions. Drew gains new leverage, possibly linked to Christina and the fire incident, which he sees as a tool in their legal case. Michael lays out terms, which could relate to visitation rights with Willow or to safeguarding Sasha and their daughter amidst recent dangers. Elsewhere, Jordan grows increasingly suspicious of Portia, and Emma grills Jocelyn about her supposed breakup with Vaughn. Meanwhile, Kai gives Curtis an update and may admit to leaking information to Drew about Curtis and Portia. Friday brings a fiery conclusion to the week. Trina is furious, possibly due to Kai revealing he betrayed her parents. Anna comforts Emma, who may be struggling with Gio's emotional turmoil and the resurfacing Brit rumors. Rocco takes a bold step, potentially teaming up with Gio and even Danny, to uncover the truth about his past. Tracy delivers a serious warning to Chase, while Lulu and Laura reflect on family dynamics. All of this builds toward the highly anticipated return of Kelly Thibault, who will likely be central to the unraveling Rocco storyline. As long-buried truths threaten to erupt and emotions run high, General Hospital keeps the tension sharp and the storylines captivating. With family secrets, romantic entanglements, and mob politics colliding, the week of July 7-11 lays the groundwork for major shifts in Port Charles. Longtime viewers should brace for emotional reveals, confrontations that cut deep, and twists that could rewrite everything. Stay tuned. Port Charles is heating up. In a stunning turn of events, the lives of Blaze and Marco have been upended following the death of their mother, Natalia. What started as a tragic loss quickly evolved into a whirlwind of revelations, long-buried secrets, and dangerous truths that now threaten everything they thought they knew about their past and themselves. For years, the name Sidwell was a heavy burden for Blaze and Marco. Everyone believed they were the children of the strict, cold, and often cruel Jen Sidwell. But that belief shattered when Blaze returned to Port Charles after Natalia's sudden death and was handed a mysterious box left behind by her mother. Inside were legal documents, letters, and a USB drive, items that painted a completely different picture of their family. In one letter, Natalia revealed that she had faked DNA results to protect her children from Sidwell's wrath. "You were never his," she wrote, admitting that Jensen always suspected the truth, Her words were haunting. "If I'm dead, it wasn't an accident. Jensen did it. I'm sure of it." Blaze's return was triggered by a call from her ex-girlfriend Christina, who had narrowly escaped a suspicious fire that destroyed her bar. As the two reconnected, the emotional weight of Natalia's death collided with a startling confession. Christina had been holding onto a box from Natalia, to be given to Blaze only if she died. It became clear that Natalia feared for her life, and that someone wanted to silence her permanently. The items in the box not only included financial documents that revealed Natalia had secretly saved every dollar Blaze had sent her, but also a bombshell. Natalia hinted that Blaze's real father might be Sonny Corinthos, a powerful figure in Port Charles and Christina's father. Determined to uncover the truth, Blaze submitted the ring found in the box and a DNA sample to a private clinic. Christina, discreetly assisting, collected a water bottle used by Sonny. Days later, the results confirmed it. Sonny Corinthos is Blaze's biological father. The revelation sent shockwaves through Blaze. Not only had her entire identity shifted, but she now had to reckon with the possibility that Christina, the woman she once loved, might be her half-sister. That fear was eased when Marco's own DNA test later came back negative. He was not Sonny's son. Still, the damage to their sense of self was done. With Christina's help, Blaze and Marco began piecing together a damning case against Jensen Sidwell. Natalia's letters and the USB recording revealed that she had evidence Jensen was involved in shady dealings abroad and likely orchestrated her death to protect his secrets. The siblings tracked Jensen to a private club, identified a money trail, and discovered hush money had been sent to Natalia shortly before her death. Armed with proof, they confronted Jensen at his lakeside home. With Sonny Corinthos listening in via phone, Blaze demanded a handwritten confession. Faced with irrefutable evidence and the power of the Corinthos name, Jensen crumbled. He signed the confession, motivated not by guilt, but survival. 2 weeks later, Blaze honored Natalia's memory with a heartfelt performance at a women's shelter. The community gathered not just to mourn, but to celebrate a woman whose truth had finally been heard. Jensen Sidwell had vanished from public life, his assets frozen and his reputation destroyed. Thanks to Sonny's quiet influence, he would never pose a threat again. Though Marco's DNA results confirmed he and Blaze were not blood siblings, it changed nothing between them. "Blood isn't what made us family," Blaze later said. "Surviving Natalia did." What began as a tragic death has led to revelations that have redefined lives. In the wake of loss, Blaze, Marco, and Christina discovered not only the harsh truths of their past, but also the power of chosen family, resilience, and courage. Port Charles, a quiet storm brews behind the glittering doors of Deception Cosmetics, where one woman's relentless search for the truth threatens to expose a staggering web of betrayal, financial fraud, and personal vengeance. At the center of it all stands Maxie Jones, who has turned a routine audit into a crusade for justice. What started as a routine internal audit quickly spiraled into something far more sinister. Prompted by Brooklyn's casual remarks and warnings from Natalia about Sonny Corinthos' alleged shady dealings, Maxie expected to uncover simple clerical errors. Instead, she found herself staring into a digital abyss. False invoices, manipulated cash flows, and ghost payments to non-existent suppliers painted a chilling picture. Even more troubling, the deception accounting system, designed with top-tier security, had been remotely accessed without triggering alarms. Someone had been rewriting financial history from the shadows. Maxie's instincts sharpened with every discovery. The unauthorized access points traced back to a VPN signature she recognized, one that Natalia had once boasted about during a Berlin retreat. It was a red flag too large to ignore. With help from her longtime ally Spinelli, Maxie uncovered a silent plugin embedded in the company's accounting software. This allowed real-time manipulation of financial records, installed precisely when Natalia still held administrative privileges. The deeper they dug, the clearer it became. This was not negligence. It was a calculated scheme. Natalia had planted evidence, spun narratives, and created a phantom flash drive, supposedly filled with damning information against Sonny. But Maxie began to ask the unthinkable. What if Sunny wasn't the perpetrator, but the patsy? As the investigation progressed, the truth became harder to ignore. The money trail didn't just stop at Deception's books. It led to a shell corporation in Switzerland and another in Queens, connected directly to Natalia through former leases and personal financial records. Maxie realized the scale of the deception. Natalia had weaponized Sunny's checkered past, relying on his reputation to absorb any suspicion. But Maxie, fueled by memories of Sunny's unwavering support during her family's darkest hours, refused to let the truth remain buried. With forensic reports, IP logs, and vendor records in hand, Maxie created a digital dossier of overwhelming evidence. She safeguarded it across encrypted drives and cloud systems, knowing the importance of timing and secrecy. Understanding the stakes, Maxie brought Brooklyn into her confidence. Together, they kept up appearances while discreetly dismantling Natalia's narrative from within. They played the parts of cautious executives, all while compiling evidence and seeking quiet legal counsel. Maxie even enlisted Jason, known for his discretion and reach, preparing for the possibility that Sunny might face public condemnation. But she wasn't rushing into battle. She was building an airtight case. As rumors swirled through Deception's offices, a scheduled board meeting threatened to seal Sunny's fate. Quick to act, Maxie approached a neutral, respected board member and shared key fragments of her findings. The result? The meeting was postponed, giving the truth more time to surface. To Maxie, this battle wasn't just about saving Sunny's name. It was about protecting the soul of Deception, an enterprise built by women who challenged traditional beauty norms and corporate politics. Natalia's crimes weren't just financial. They were deeply personal. Behind her calm demeanor, Maxie worked tirelessly, cataloging documents, tracking movements, and quietly gathering testimonials from former employees. With Spinelli tracing every cyber footprint and Brooklyn offering insight from inside the boardroom, the puzzle was coming together. Maxie wasn't just playing defense anymore. She was preparing to rewrite the narrative, one supported by facts, not fear. Maxie knew that exposing a lie wasn't enough. It had to be irrefutable. So she waited. She planned. She built a case that couldn't be dismantled by doubt or derailed by legal maneuvering. Natalia had crafted her scheme with surgical precision, anticipating silence and indifference. But she underestimated Maxie's resolve. This was more than business. It was about restoring honor, protecting those who had shown unwavering loyalty, and refusing to let deceit destroy a legacy. As the walls began to close in on Natalia, Maxie stood ready, not out of revenge, but out of responsibility. Because in a world where reputations can be shattered by whispers, Maxie chose to speak the truth loud enough to shake the foundation of deception. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.